Hi, friends. It's Maddie here, back at it again with another reaction video. And today we're going to be watching Rush Tom Sawyer. This is a special request from Bill Stolly. Bill clicked on the link in the description below and sent his request through, and you can too. All right, let's get into it. Oh, sounds kind of like spacey. Is this 80s?
A Monday warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
We've got the alien like sounds in the background. I'm digging it though. Cool vibe, cool vibe. The voice is really nice with this.
Monday warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
Okay, so that's a really cool line. I can't remember the exact words, but he basically was describing someone who is like kind of self-sufficient, but they're not an arrogant person. Even though his mind is not for rent, don't count him out as arrogant, count him down as arrogant or write him down as arrogant. I don't remember the exact lyrics, but that's a cool line because it's showcasing, okay, this person they have dignity and they have kind of their own sense of self that it's not being influenced by other people. I like that. Is it actually about Tom Sawyer, like the character?
Arrogant, his reserve a quiet defense, writing out the day's events.
The bass. This is so cool. I really like this. So you guys are gonna have to tell me about this song. I love to hear from you. Did they make their music first and then he just puts these lyrics and like the actual like incantations, or I guess I don't know what the word that I'm thinking of. He like it's like he's almost scatting, but he's doing it in like a rock kind of sense, like poetry. But it's like dun 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 dun, and then he's like duh, 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 like he's just going choppy, 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 and then kind of like slow, and then like another kind of count. It's really cool. But I'm just curious if he like made this and then they put the music behind it, or if he heard the song and he was just like, "This is what it's gonna be." Because hearing the actual music playing in the background, it's really cool to see and hear like something with the vocals being so unique and kind of interesting. I like it. What are they considered, guys? Are they considered like I mean they're rock, but is there a specific genre? I like it. I like this like
What you
bouncy.
say about his company is what you say about society. Catch the
Bouncy.
myth, catch the myth, catch the mystery, catch the grip. The world is love and life are deep. Maybe as the skies are
Maybe this is metal, I don't know.
Today's Tom Sawyer, he gets high on you, and the
Okay, we have space. Okay, I don't know if you guys are gonna consider that a solo or not. Some of you are probably gonna yap at me about stopping it. Okay, I just have to bring up the fact that just all across the board, we all we all hear that sound and we think aliens. Why do you think that is? Like, where did that association with the like synthy, like wow, 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 like where did that association come from with us thinking about aliens? I'm curious about that. Does anybody know the history of this? Because it's like a I don't know if it's universal for my fans that are outside of the US that are watching this. Do you guys ah, I feel like you do because I feel like there were some British people that we listened to that kind of had this same kind of vibe for kind of like aliens and outer spacey sounds. But I'm just like, where does that come from? You know? Okay, let's keep going. Nice space, nice space.
No,
Wow.
his mind is not for rent to any god or government. Always hopeful yet discontent. Those changes aren't permanent. But changes.
Oh. It sounds like he's talking about something really deep because Tom Sawyer, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, okay? Tom Sawyer was a character in a book, right? I mean, and then he's referring to the river, which is he stayed by the river, right? He says that like he his mind's not for rent. Don't put him down as arrogant. And then he goes on to say that whatever you see of him is a representation of your your perspective of the world, and then he goes to say that the government is actually making an impression on his mind, this person that thought that they were unimpressionable. That's really deep, guy. Okay, okay, okay. Well, we'll finalize the analyzation. The anal. I lost my words, guys. Okay, we're gonna just finalize the review afterwards, or the reaction. SMH. Okay, we're just gonna keep watching. Just be nice to me in the comments, okay?
No, his mind is not for rent to any god or government. Always hopeful yet discontent. Those changes aren't permanent.
The changes are permanent.
But changes.
The changes. Then they go this loop like,
And what you say about his company is what you say about society. Catch the witness, catch the wit, catch the spirit, catch the spit.
okay.
The world is love and life are deep. Maybe as his eyes
Okay, and they're in, like, a cabin in the woods too, so that's kind of like Tom Sawyer vibes. Okay, guys. Um, Analysis. That's what I meant to say before. Analysis. We'll finalize the analysis at the end. Okay, that was a lot. That was actually a lot, and it was very catchy, but then they took us and put us into, like, do do do, do do do, and then broom, 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 and then doo 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 doo. There were, like, 3 different parts that they kept on, circulating, and each of them had their own kind of interesting factors. And then the lyricist was also he was also changing up his flow and also just the feeling of the song throughout the song, which made it very interesting and exciting the whole way through. And although the lyrics they were slightly altered each verse, and I think that songs like that are really cool to dissect because, it's done with intention. And based off of what I understood, which maybe you guys can tell me in the comments, I'm probably missing stuff, right? But it sounds like it's he's kind of trying to reflect on people, but like I don't know if it's about adolescence, like when you're a kid, you're kind of confidently yourself. At some point, you're ignorantly and confidently yourself until one point where, like you hit school where everybody's telling you you can't do this, you can't do this, like that's not right or that's not socially acceptable, and you need to do this and you need to have this and you need to be this, and everybody around you is influencing you, but you started out as this kind of de-influenced version of self, which is I mean, he's representing it as Tom Sawyer because Tom Sawyer's literally out in the woods in a cabin. He doesn't really have much interaction with other humans. And it's like when you're kind of out there on your own, you wouldn't really easily be influenced because you're not really spending much time with other people. And then the fact that he's saying whatever you think of Tom Sawyer and that kind of personality style is what your perception is of the world. And so he's saying if you see that kind of, like individuality as arrogant, then you're like as his individuality is arrogant, then you're seeing the world as people who with their own ideas are arrogant. But if you're seeing it as inventive, then you're seeing the world in a different light. I kind of think that it's like a representation of America, right? Because many people consider Americans to be extremely arrogant because we're an extremely uh what I lost my word. We're an individualistic society rather than like a community-based society. We can have communities within our society, right? But we are kind of known as being an individualistic society. I think quite recently, many communities have been joining together, um, and for the better or worse, right? And it's been kind of changing, but I think that this song is supposed to be a representation of adolescence. I think that it's supposed to be a representation of potentially America. I don't know if they're American. I'm guessing that they are because it seems like a very kind of specific take on the US. Um, and yeah, I mean, then he's talking about all the influences, all the outside influences that are then actually creating changes in this person that thought that they were impenetrable and thought that they were an individual, but in reality, they're slowly changing into whatever the social norm or the government norm or the standard is. And he's saying like these changes are permanent. They're permanent. The changes are permanent. And yeah, I mean, like, that's really deep, guys. That's really deep. Um, really deep. I liked the song a lot. I loved the actual singing in the song. I loved the bass. I loved the chorus. I loved just like the way that the band worked together. That was a really, really cool song. So I'm glad that you guys shared that one with me. Okay, guys. If you wanna watch more, which I know you do, click on one of the videos that are gonna be linked in front of my face, and make sure before you go, you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until next time, I'll see ya. Bye.